We felt like we needed to be broader than that. I want to ask you to do something people never ask you to do when they're talking. Take out your phones if you've got internet availability, because we have something we'll ask you to do before you leave the room. If you do have that. If you don't, we've got extra devices. So, okay. Well, we've got some. If you don't get that done before you leave, we'll have availability in the room you go to or here before you go. But last evening, our little creative team, Tori and Nathan, helped us develop a tiny URL website. And this is going to go to the ALFP website after today, so people around the country will be able to answer. You could be the first wave of people to answer. I'm asking Tori to come because I may stumble on how I explain it to you. She's going to stand by right here. In fact, if you would take my mobile device, you could give it to, you could start passing it around. It's right there, and it's already on the website. I just completed it, so it's the internet is there, and you can pass this around and answer. Will it make her a different person than me automatically? That's just a website. It's a Google Docs website. That's just how it is. It's a company. Yes, it's its name. So the end of it we get to name. We call it ALFP group. They've taught me a lot this semester. My mind is just overflowing with what they've taught me. That's how some of you registered for this meeting, through that tiny URL. Others went to our ALFP website, but that's where I learned about it from Tori. These young people all know about it, I guess. I didn't know about it. So I'm going to go to the next slide, but if you have, I'll give you a moment to put that in your phone. There's, you don't need the www necessarily, but you need tinyurl.com, then that / ALFP group, and that's not capital sensitive, but the dot and the /R, and it takes you about 2 minutes to complete the survey. But what the young people did last night, what our team members did, was they put last year's priority, or 2009 priorities, into this website. So you would be able to confirm if you think these are important priorities, yes or no, and you can rank them and prioritize them. So this will be an individual feedback and a poll like this. And when you go to your small groups, we're going to guide you to, as a group, vote on it. So this, you can be an individual or a group when you respond. So I'm going to go to the next slide, and we'll come back to that slide again. Just in reviewing what's going to happen this afternoon in the open space method consensus building meetings, it's a method that we used in 2009, and we've used it in addition in other situations other than our stakeholder meeting. But it's a system of self-managed work groups. So when you are formed into your little group, you are in charge of your little group from there on. Leadership is shared, diversity is encouraged, personal empowerment is achieved. So I've taken a step of, because of the constraints of time this afternoon, we've gone through, and on the back of your name tag is a number. So we've kind of systematically assigned you to a group so that every group should have a patient, an industry person, a not-for-profit representative, a researcher, a clinician, probably a physician in every group, a physical therapist or an occupational therapist or massage therapist in every group, someone trained in lymphedema. So you'll have different perspectives. You'll all be experts in your own way, but it'll be a diverse group. Now, some people have had to leave for flights, so when we depart, we might adjust a group by the number to make them a little bit more even. But our is diversity, and we want you to know the group is under your management once you go into your little spot. I love these principles and how open they are in terms of achieving the goals. So these 4 principles: whoever comes is the right person. So the fact that you managed to get here today with all the complications of life and weather and transportation, it's meant that you're here today to make a contribution. Whatever happens is the only thing that could happen. We're bounded by who's in this room and who will be in those small group rooms, and that's the freedom that we have, but also gives us purpose in that interaction. When it starts is the right time. When it's over, it's over. So what we do today is really bounded in this day, and it will be shared with what people do in another day in Atlanta or online when they come to us with their responses. And this is kind of interesting. It maybe doesn't fit us as much in this next 2 hours. The law of 2 feet, or personal initiative, says to stand up for what you believe, If you feel you're neither contributing or learning where you are, use your 2 feet and go someplace else. So you could move to the next room if you find this is a group you don't feel free to talk in, or they're stifling you and being able to share. And it's very much a group process. So you do have the privilege of changing your room, but we've tried to not put 4 best friends together. You know, we've tried to diversify people. So if we were sorting yourselves in a group, we would say, go in a group with someone you don't know. And so that's where the best exchange of your expertise will be. Okay? In the small group session, when we break out into our 8 rooms, you'll be confirming the identified issues from 2009. We're going to have a 1-page handout for you, I think, as you go. We've sent that to be printed. Oh, do I have it? Okay. We could actually hand those out. Thank you. This handout is the 6 slides I've got right here, which give you your task for the afternoon and what to come back with. So you'll be confirming the identified issues as we summarize them from the 2009 stakeholder meeting, prioritize identified actions, again, actions that began with the 2009 meeting, and you'll be able to add to those or delete those. You really have the freedom. We're giving you a structure to make changes in, to either confirm or change. You'll have an opportunity to discuss newly emerging issues, and then to prepare to share this information with the group at the end of the day, with our big group. So we'll be coming back here at 4 o'clock. We're going to set out snacks at 3:30, so that might be an incentive. So take a bathroom break before 4 o'clock when you come back, and there will be pretzels and trail mix and water out here, those kinds of things. We'll report from the small groups. We think we have, I don't know if this part got finished and tested, but we may be able to have you electronically send those back to us at the Google Docs, or we will provide for you a slide to put in, or bring them handwritten if you need to do that. But have a group report ready for us to be able to share. And we'll assemble those in the PowerPoint for the 4 to 5 o'clock time, and also be able to put the resolutions from today on our website so others can benefit from what you have shared with us. So the confirmed, or the issues identified and yet to be confirmed from 2009 were these: the issue of awareness education, standards, the standardization in our field on different levels, research, payment barriers, treatment, and any additional issues that you have concern about. And how should these issues be addressed? In the publication from that stakeholder meeting, these were in the table of issues, of actions for addressing these issues. We were a new-found organization then, so establishing credibility of ALFP was brought to the surface there, creating awareness of lymphedema and lymphatic disorders, enhancing patient education, establishing criteria for health provider education. Remember, Dr. Roxon said 15 minutes of a medical curriculum is on the lymphatic system. Promote evidence-based lymphedema management, improve reimbursement. Now, there may be issues that are resolved now. There may be additional issues to be added. We don't want to stifle the discussion, but we thought by just putting these in front of you from 2009, that might stimulate the conversation in the period of time we have for your interaction. Then we'll use this information along with data gathered at other stakeholder meetings, in particular the one in Atlanta in October, to report back to stakeholders through a summary on the website and in preparation of a management so that we can disseminate it in the field. The other manuscript from 2009 on the stakeholder meeting is in an issue of the Journal of Lymphedema, and the link is at our website, at the ALFP website, if you want to revisit that at some point. And that's the kind of dissemination we would anticipate with this 2014 stakeholder information. Oh, they did put my slide in. Thank you. They're so clever and so quick. So here are 8 groups. We should have 8 groups by your name tag. There's the tiny URL link. All of these, we've made this easy for us. One group, Group 8, can stay right in here, and using these chairs, they can make a little circle. It's not as easy in a room like this, but everything is on the second floor. Like this is the second floor of the School of Medicine. If you walk outside and back in, you're in the School of Nursing. And so these S208, 9, 25, 26, 27, 254 are all in the School of Nursing, and the M248 is down the corridor toward the restrooms. Just following that, there's a medical school conference room. So I've got guides to take you to your rooms. What I'd like to do is call the room numbers and have you, or the group numbers, have you raise your hand so we can see if we need to rebalance the groups. On the back